Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your mid-August 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Oh my gosh, we have the whole family. Dad, mom, and kid. It's funny, I'm just picking these cards off the top. Oh, here's another male, mature male. Okay. The heart of the matter is the King of Cups. This can be someone in your life, chronologically older male, or at least a male who is mature, emotionally mature, especially since this is cups. Your cups, because you're water, Cancer, so is Scorpio, Pisces, if that's a specific sign. But this can be a counselor, a, a religious figure, like if you're being counseled by a pastor or a spiritual teacher of some sort, a guru, or somebody in that field. Maybe you're being called upon to be the bigger person in a certain situation, even if it's emotionally kind of going against the grain, like, why should I have to do this? That's not fair. But you're being asked to do it. In the past position, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is a card of the career woman. Like if you are a woman, most of my followers, viewers are women, but I'm getting a lot more men, which I'm happy. So hi, men. But like if I'm putting it in the context of male versus female, if you're in a relationship as a woman with a man and he is like an old-fashioned man, I think of water sign men as old-fashioned. And even, Cancer women, you have that old-fashioned streak in you too. But you may be like, I have to bring home the fake and bacon because I'm living alone, or you're a single person, or that's just how it's been, and now you're with someone and they're kind of like setting the tone of what they want. That might be a little bit off-putting if this is something that you are not used to, even if that is your astrological nature. It doesn't mean that it's going to kind of like align with how you feel deep down inside, because you may already be in a pattern of taking care of yourself. And so this person's like, I'll take care of you. Well, that can be very comforting, but maybe you want to retain some independence. This can also be a boss who is very understanding, because the higher messages, we have the Page of Cups. This can be a child, especially a sensitive child. You may have, if you have children, you may have a child that seems more sensitive than most. If you see the little fishy jumping out of the cup, this is a card connected with Pisces. So it can be that you're dealing with someone, maybe even a counselor for your child, or your child needs a counselor, and you think it's you who need the counselor. And maybe you both want to see someone. But what I'm saying is that the higher message means that it's like something's getting confused. Sometimes it may be a situation where the child is manipulating the parent to think that it's all their fault. And even though children are younger than parents, depending on the dynamic between the parent and the child can sometimes be uncanny in their ability to kind of hone in on that a vulnerability of a certain type of parent and exploit it. And by the way, that doesn't mean that I'm suggesting that that child is a bad child. That's a coping mechanism. You know, when a child uses those tactics, it's because maybe they feel like they have to do that in order to get their needs met. Maybe they tried a different way and it didn't work. Um, and the point is that another aspect of the Queen of Wands is this idea of the confidence level. And that may be something that it has been rising in you. And so you're able to see exactly what is going on. What crosses you? Well, it's kind of like maybe you see a lot of it, but you see that this person's blindfolded. The Eight of Swords is a card of the old tapes that hold you back, that keep running through your mind, and you think it's your thoughts about yourself when really there are projections. And even projections, you know, if let's say a parent says mean things to their child, and a therapist tells them, oh, you know, that was just a projection from that adult, a child at that time, you know, isn't going to therapy. I mean, I'm talking about when it first happens. You might go to therapy when you're an adult and then kind of revisit that. But when it's happening, you might just have absorbed it as part of who you are, because usually we believe the adults around us because they're supposed to be the authority figures. And that's another thing about kings and queens, is that they're authority figures. And so it's all about, so that could be holding you back in some way, where your beliefs about yourself are still controlling some of your actions, some of your feelings, and you're going to have to kind of transcend that in order to really be able to make good, important changes in your life in some way. What's coming in is a Wheel of Fortune. This is a card of things starting to align for you. And it's funny, when I got this card, the first thing I thought of was that eclipse in Pisces, the lunar eclipse that's happening in, next month in September, about a month from now. And it's so funny because I don't know why I was just all of a sudden thinking about that. But it's what's really interesting about that is that this card connects with Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune. And Jupiter rules the ninth house in astrology. Well, that lunar eclipse is happening in your ninth house. And the ninth house is supposed to be the luckiest house. So there might be something that comes in for you in a big way that is connected to the lunar eclipse, perhaps. And it can be something that kind of like is this release that allows you to move ahead in life. Maybe there was some stagnant energy. And I think another thing about this is that it holds people back quite a bit. And now you can move forward. And that even can be for something like long distance travel. The outcome is the King of Pentacles. This is mastery in the material resources. So that's very good for money matters. And that could indicate that you are maybe with the Wheel of Fortune, that's a lucky card. Perhaps, I mean, kings relate to father energy. So it may be a situation where you feel like you're being oppressed somehow. Um, and I think with Cancer, a lot of times the past kind of comes up and can make you feel stuck. But the outcome is having a lot of material resources. However that plays out, whatever this means. Um, I think it's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune is below the Queen of Wands, because I think that the more that you pour self-love into yourself, the more you're going to attract abundance. And the King of Cups, if that is a counselor, or if that is someone, maybe it's somebody you watch on YouTube that you really like align with in terms of the manifesting kind of principle, or the abundance type of talks that you hear, that can still be like your guru, that can, that is helping you to get what you want. So um this is actually a very good reading, now that I see all the cards. So I hope that you enjoyed this, Cancer. If you'd like a private reading in either astrology or the tarot, the link is below. Take care. Bye.